Hey guys, so I just finished watching Looking for Alaska, which is based on a book that I really loved and have read a few times. But yeah, let's talk about the show. So the story of Looking for Alaska is basically it follows a character named Miles. In the book, he's mostly known as Pudge, but yeah, it kind of follows him as he's kind of navigating a new school. It's kind of a boarding school where it's kind of bougie, where they're all in the woods, kind of like a summer camp, but for actual school, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I think uh, just a quick comparison to the book, I think is a really accurate portrayal of the book, leaving out a few things, adding some stuff, the usual uh, how this stuff usually goes. But yeah, but more about the show actually. It stars kind of these younger actors. I think the actors for the kids, and like Miles, the Colonel, that Asian friend, I forgot his name, Alaska. I think they're all really accurate to who they were in the books, and I felt like all the actors did fantastic, even the adults. But real shout out to whoever played Colonel, just because uh, in the book he was my favorite character, and in the show it really did kind of portray him in the way that the book wanted to, or at least how I kind of saw it. He's kind of a dick, but he not that he's spoiled, but he works really hard to kind of get what he thinks he deserves, and I really like that. But also I like how at the end of the day he's still a really nice guy, and he still looks out for his friends, but he looks out for them in his kind of like in his own way. So I think a flaw that I could find with the show is that it kind of like, even though it does make time to justify a lot of his changes, like adding character, omitting kind of smaller parts. I think one of their biggest flaws was kind of putting characters in the background that really shouldn't. They should have been more in the forefront. Like I felt like, um, fuck, I forgot his name, but like that Asian dude who's in the group, he was a he wasn't a major player in the book, but he had a lot more to say, a lot more to do. He had a lot more characterization in the book. Like in the series, he's kind of just like, I felt like he was more the third wheel in this band of friends. Like he was very smart. He was kind of the colonel's right hand man, but I felt like he didn't really contribute much to the story. But in the book, he had a lot more character where he loved music, he loved to rap, and I felt like it was very subtly hinted at in the series, where with his clothing, with that really small hint of him rapping. But I felt like he his kind of character was more dead. Like I just didn't really feel that connected to his character in the series. And just he had a lot more to say, especially after the event. And yeah, I just didn't really feel like that should have been cut out, or any of his characterization, just because I felt so disconnected with him. Even though in the book I thought he was kind of like the cooler characters, or he's kind of one of the cooler characters that were in the background, but still was like made an impact. So final verdict. I think if you are a book snob, or like if you read a lot of books and you like John Green, and you watched or read all of his stuff and love him to a T, I mean, this is a very faithful and very accurate depiction of the book. Like it's it was a scale of 1% to 100%, where 100% is the most accurate. It's about a 90 to 95. Like they just left out a few parts, but they kind of added things in place of it. And I felt like, I think all the actors did fantastic for their roles. I think the Colonel was the standout, especially after the event. The actor kind of portrayed so much emotion, so much, like, he was really affected uh, about what happened, and all of the characters kind of portrayed their book counterparts in a very accurate and very respectful way, and I felt like the story was overall, very faithful to the book. And actually, there's a couple scenes where it was ripped out of the book. I felt like when I read it, I felt like it was very much just they ripped that part of my brain and put it in the and put it in the series, and it's actually really, really cool. But yeah, I was highly suggested. Go for it.